Well, good morning and welcome to the Storytellers Library. We have a great story for you today. It is an exciting mystery. It is the mystery of the 9 missing men.
They're there.
Wait,
They're not missing.
No, they're missing. No, they're definitely missing. No.
No.
Yes, we know where the men are, but they're still definitely
They're
missing.
there.
No. So, okay, like, you know when you leave all your clean clothes on the floor and your mom's like, "Where are your socks?" You say, "My socks are missing."
What missing is?
That's not missing.
Back. They're not missing.
We have the exciting mystery of the 9 men who were not where they were supposed to be. And like most of our stories in Bible land, this story starts with Jesus. So here we go. See, as Jesus was walking through the countryside, a group of 10 men started yelling at him from a long way away. They were yelling, "Jesus, have mercy on us! Jesus, help us!" Because these 10 men had leprosy. Now, leprosy back in Jesus' day could mean a bunch of different things. It could mean that you had really bad eczema, which isn't that bad. It could mean that you had skin cancer and people didn't know what it was, and that's really scary. It could also mean that you have the modern disease of leprosy. They didn't have medicines for it, and what that meant is that you would slowly lose like fingers and hands and your ability to feel things. It was terrible and scary, and no one knew how to fix it. And so if you had something that looked like leprosy, they would throw you out of town. You didn't get quarantined for 2 weeks like you do with coronavirus. You were quarantined for the rest of your life, alone in isolation, except for other people who had the same disease that you did. And so you have these 10 men who are pleading with Jesus from a distance because they can't get close to him. "Jesus, please heal us." And Jesus says something, at least to me, that sounds really strange. He said, "Okay, go talk to the priest."
Huh?
Now, there was a reason for that. There was a reason why Jesus said it, even though it's strange to us. It's because if you thought you were healed, if you thought that God had cured you of your disease, you were supposed to go talk to a priest. And the priest would look at you and he would say, "Oh, you know what? God has cured you. You can come out of your quarantine. You can come out of isolation." Oh, but the priest might also look at you and say, "No, you're not healthy yet. You are a risk to the other people in town. You're a risk to your family. You have to stay on the outside, still in isolation, still in quarantine." And the hard thing is Jesus told these men who were sick, go and talk to the priest when they were still sick. And to these 10 men credit, every one of them believed in Jesus enough that they turned and started going to the priest. And as they turned and started going to the priest, they realized they had been healed on the way to the priest. And the men, 9 of the men, kept running on, racing to go see the priest, racing so they could go and see their families again because they were so excited that Jesus had healed them. But one man stopped. And he was a Samaritan man. He wasn't even Jewish. And instead of running to the priest like Jesus had told him, he turned and he ran back to Jesus and he threw himself on the ground, praising God and saying, "Thank you so much." And Jesus said, "Where are the other 9? But your faith has healed you." Now, in this story, it's really interesting that the 9 guys who followed what Jesus said, followed the law they were told to, they disappear from the story. They missed the point. See, they were going to the priest thinking that the priest would be the ones who had told them they were healed, the ones who could let them back in. But this one man, this one Samaritan knew who he should really be thankful to. He knew that it was Jesus who healed him from the very beginning. And Jesus was the one he needed to go back to and say, "Thank you so much for making me whole again, for making me the healthy person that I was supposed to be." So in our family, the way we think about this story is that there are some things that we aren't thankful for ahead of time. There are things that we aren't as thankful for as we should be. We call it the Lucky Charms test. Now, you can have your own favorite cereal. For us, we love the wholesome, healthy goodness of Lucky Charms. And you can judge me for it if you want, but they're tasty. And what we found in our family is that we can apply the Lucky Charms test to know if we are being thankful like the one man who returned, or if we're not being thankful like the 9 men who disappeared. See, what we found with Lucky Charms is that we're always more upset when we run out of them than we are happy when we have them. See, for the 9 men who were running away, they were very happy that they had been healed. They forgot to go back and say thank you to the one who brought them the healing in the first place. And so there are things when we look around, when I run out of Lucky Charms, it kind of annoys me because I maybe wasn't thankful enough for them when I had them in the first place. So you see this story of the one man who returned to Jesus and the 9 men who went missing, who weren't where they were supposed to be. Think about what this means for you and think about the gifts that you have been given. And maybe there's something, just like me with Lucky Charms, that you can be thankful for that maybe you forgot to say thank you for already. And that is the story of the 9 men who weren't quite missing, but also weren't where they were supposed to be.